What is up, everyone? Jeremy here. Welcome to another video in the tone sample series. In this video, we are checking out the Airis Effects Brutal Boost V3 overdrive pedal. You're about to hear a full mix I put together using the Brutal Boost on the guitar tones. We'll start things off with that, and then we'll jump into the DAW and just play around with the pedal and see what kind of tones we can get out of it. So let's just go ahead and get things started with the audio sample. All right, everyone, that is the full mix audio sample using the Brutal Boost on the guitar tones. Many of you are probably asking, like, what was the full signal chain used to put together these tones? So let's talk about that real quick right now. Starting with my Solar A1.7D LTD with the stock Solar Duncan pickups in it. Going into the Airis Effects Brutal Boost. Going into my Neural DSP Quad Cortex using my Brutal preset, which is essentially just a little bit of EQ, then going into, well, it starts with an adaptive gate, then some EQ, then the 5153 amp sim, going into one of the built-in impulse responses, which is the CA traditional H30 with a dynamic 57 and a ribbon 10. So that's the entire signal chain. I recorded that process signal. That's what you heard in the audio sample. Here is what it sounds like without the pedal. So just as you would expect, kind of loose and flabby, right? So I'm going to turn on the pedal now with the same settings that I used to track with, and you can see those there, which, just to kind of point them out in case you can't, this is the volume knob right here. I would say this is probably at about maybe 10 o'clock. We've got the bass pulled back to about the same, maybe 10, 11-ish, something like that. And then this is the mid, let's see, this is the highs, and then we're just boosting those up slightly, I don't know, maybe to about 1 o'clock. And then the mids are just slightly above, maybe in between 1 and 2 o'clock, something like that. And those are the settings I use to track with, which sounds like this. Yeah, so you can hear it. It's really tightens up that tone. It's really pushing this amp sim here, and obviously cutting out some of that bass, boosting up the mids and highs. It kind of tightens up the tone, gets rid of some of that flabby nonsense on the low end. So let's just kind of play with these dials a little bit. And so one thing I want to point out here is if you're used to like an Ibanez tube screamer, right, like a TS9, you're used to just taking that volume knob and cranking it all the way up, right? That's not even something you could even ever do with this pedal. The amount of gain that comes out of this, like just pure volume that this thing puts out, is absurd. I'm telling you, if you want a pedal that is going to push your amp harder than anything else, this is the pedal you want. Again, notice where my volume is, okay? This is all the way off. I had it about here at maybe about 10 o'clock or so, right about there. That would be noon, halfway up. And then it goes all the way up to there. I mean, the amount of volume this thing puts out, it's crazy. So here we go. I'll just kind of chug on this low string here and turn up the volume, and you can kind of hear just how ridiculous it gets. Okay, we're now at noon. We're halfway, half the volume. So let's keep going. At about 1 o'clock, about 2 o'clock, and it's already, I mean, just screaming. I mean, it is pushing this thing like crazy. So let's keep going. We are all the way at max volume, and at this point, as I tested it earlier, not only are we getting a lot more hum, I don't know if y'all, I'm sure you can probably hear that, but it's now pushing the amp so hard. The distortion sounds just ridiculous. I mean, listen to this. I mean, that is just crazy how much volume this thing puts out. So yeah, I found the sweet spot to be between like 10 and noon, kind of depending on the amp. This is a 5153, and in fact, I'll show you, I have the gain turned down to, well, you can't see it. Anyways, I'll tell you what it is. It's at 2.6 out of 10. So it is turned way, way, way down. Because the volume coming out of this pedal is so hot, it pushes it so hard. I don't need to turn it up very high. But I kind of found this to be right about the sweet spot. So right about maybe about 10 or 11 o'clock-ish. Right about there. So real quick, I'll play with bass, mids, and highs. So this is the bass. So this is all the way down. This is at noon. And then all the way up. You can't even tell what the hell I'm playing right there. All right, so yeah, anyways, I usually pull this back a little bit, but I don't know, maybe about there. So around 10 o'clock-ish, like I said. So here is the, let's see, we'll go to mids next. So here's the mids. I'm gonna turn it all the way down, then we'll turn it up. So right there's about noon. About 3 o'clock. And then all the way up. So yeah, that was a little bit too much. Almost got kind of twangy. But as I mentioned before, I think I like the mids just boosted up a little bit, maybe about 1 o'clock. Because again, not only does the volume push a lot of signal, but also the EQ does, as you heard with the bass and the mids right there. So you don't have to move the dials very far. That's about where I like it right there. So with the highs now, again, I'm going to turn this all the way down. Bring them up a little bit. So again, right here's at noon. Here's about 3 o'clock. All the way up. Oh, I can't do it. I'll probably just tore y'all's ears apart right there. All right, so as I mentioned, all of these things, including the volume and the EQ, put out a lot of signal. So like I said, you don't have to turn the dials very far. I think I like the highs, I don't know, like I said, maybe around 1 o'clock. Yeah, that's it right there. I hope y'all are enjoying or digging the tones I'm getting with this Brutal Boost, because I am absolutely in love with this pedal. It is the overdrive pedal, that I have been looking for and searching for so long. And so thank you to Airis Effects for making this incredible pedal, which truly does do what you say on your website, which is murder weak tone. Absolutely, absolutely. I can confirm weak tone murdered. No doubt about it. Loving this pedal. Y'all go check out airiseffects.com, and they've got the Brutal Boost. They've got the Brutal Drive if you want to be able to add additional gain to the tone. They've got the Ruthless Fuzz now. A lot of really great pedals. The Parallel Overdrive, the Savage Drive, lots of good stuff. They've also got free impulse responses that are fantastic. I have a video on my channel that demo those impulse responses. Go check that out. I'll put a link up here in the corner so you can go right to that video. Again, they are free and they're incredible. So go check those out. All right, everyone. That is the Airis Effects Brutal Boost V3 Overdrive pedal. Now, What are your thoughts on this pedal? What do you think of the features it offers? What do you think of the tones I was able to get using this pedal? Drop down into the comments and let me know. If you dig this video, hit that like button, hit share, tell a friend about what you saw here. Maybe they would dig it too. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would ask you to please consider subscribing. That button is right down below as well. And as always, thank you for watching and thank you for your support.